Mm. Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna go over my deck profile for the Fire King, and with this deck profile, I got first place at local. So yeah, so let's go over my take on the Fire King for December 2023. So for the main Fire King monster, we're gonna play 3 of the Grunix and 3 Ponix, 3 Kirin, 3 Avatar, 1 Barong. Some people cut this to 2. I play it at 3, and then if I don't need for the game 2, game 3, then I will set it out. But you're gonna play 3 Ponix, and of course I'm gonna play 3 Avatar Kirin because this is the main trigger in both turn, right? I maxed out on Avatar because a lot of the strong effects come from monster effect and not really spectra. So I max this out so I can hard drive, and some I don't want to search it, right? And then for the Barong, I think this is great. You need it, but you only need to resolve your search once. If you don't have either the Korean or the Avatar, and that's why I only played once. More than one is probably gonna be tricky. Maybe if you have open really broken, then you can like double search, but that's not worth it for consistency. And then for the spell, 2 Fire King Island, 2 Sanctuary. I play 2 Island because you don't need the third one. 3 is cool Clocky, 2 Sanctuary to bring out the 2 Island. The reason why I don't play a lot is because the approach for this build is for consistent damage. You don't want to overextend, and you want to do consistently do damage to your opponent rather than make crazy board and then just die to a couple hand traps. So that's the reason. I then play Skybird, 1 Skybird and 1 Tenki. 10K is in case I really want specific card and I search it, but if not, you can cut this. 1 Skyburn is for more breaking when you need it, things that you need to break through to push for the OTK. Then you do that. Most of the time I don't use it. Yeah, and you don't need circle. Circle is along the line of not really plussing, it's to dodge effects and trigger destruction. Skyburn is to burn their resource at your own cost, right? But your monster come back, so you're not missing that much. And then the really good tech that performed really well in my tournament is Fencing Fire Ferret. And yeah, this take out a lot of things that you don't want to stay there. Essentially, and then because burn for 500, you can use that to end the game if you're stuck on main phase. And because Kyrian is a quick effect during the main phase, and then this trigger Fire King, you can basically semi on command kill anything on the field for 500. And also the Grunix also trigger in battle phase, right? So battle phase, summon this, pop this, kill something 500. And at the same time, if you pop it and you also have Avatar too, and they kill Avatar, this also brings this back, right? And then whether they like it or not, whether they destroy it and then it pops something else again, so that's like 2 pop for 1,000, or at the end turn Avatar gonna kill it and then it gonna kill something again anyway. So if you can loop this with Avatar, then you can consistently kill a lot of things. Just be aware that this also target, so they might be able to dodge things. So that is the Viking package in total. I don't play the one that negates spell or trap just because it's not as impactful. I would like to be during probably this format. That's not, they are power spell, but power spell alone doesn't really win you the game. Mostly is the monster effects. So that's why there's no spell trap negate and maxing on Avatar. Now the next package is the consistency package that is to boost Viking. That is the sinful package, right? So you want Witch, one of the original sinful spoil, and triple wanted. So this is to bring out your chicken, your baby chicken, little chicken, right? And this package basically saying that you are willing to -1 to bring out the small chicken if you don't have, if you don't have it or you don't open it. And then if you have Korean in hand, then it can be able to dodge a lot of effect except absorb negation, right? Yeah, so that is the addition. And yeah, so you're gonna have access to 8 little chicken. One way to look at it. So the next package is the Fenrir package. I play Fenrir for consistent damage, free summon. Usually under summon I don't search anything because of troll. Probably Fenrir first. Then normal the baby search the field spell, and then if they draw, then I'll just let it be. If they don't draw it, then you can do the Fenrir search, right? And then more consistency card is part of prosperity. Yeah, because the way I build the deck is consistent damage. Most of the time, Grunix popping Kirin is 39. That's already really huge. And when Kirin pop someone like Avatar pop something, most of the board is clear, so you can use this and do the damage just from the core itself. The main monster from the deck, you don't really have to use the extra deck unless you open with pluses, a resource that you can do extra summon. But yeah, so you can sacrifice 6 to your deck for things. I think almost 100% of the time, if I do 6, I do pull in either Sanctuary, Island, or Wanted, or any of these things, right? And at that point, because you run like a copy of the little chicken, you have no issue fighting it. Now it's the hand trap package. I play 9 total. 3 Ash, 3 Throw, and 3 Imperm. Throw did a lot of work against deck like Pearly, Hero, anything that basically search. Viking search twice, right? It's not as impactful because after they complete the first search from chicken to sanctuary to big Grunix, then that's it. They pop Barong and the Barong trigger on next turn, so draw doesn't hurt them as much. But it does hurt most other deck, right? So in this particular case, draw is good for other decks, and then the things is Ash, because Ash is a fire, is a mandatory hand trap that you're gonna keep and run anyway, and you can, worst case scenario, if you run out of fire, you can pop your own Ash to trigger Grunix. Yeah, Imperm, it's great. Set it, negatings. Yeah. So that is the main deck. So now for the extra deck. The link one is Anima and Linkuriboh. Linkuriboh summon a lot of the time when I go first and they don't ask to throw, then you go ahead and make the Sunlight Wolf Linkuriboh and recycle things, right? In Anima, it's good, but people know that you play Anima, so they never summon to that zone unless they open broken. Then they will summon to the one of the empty zones. But if they open really broken, then Anima wouldn't cut it. So I was probably gonna cut it for something else better, because most of the time, if you just summon the chicken, the baby chicken, you're probably gonna leave it there unless you have a way to like go and Linkuriboh and pluses. If not, then probably gonna leave it there. And then for the Link 2, we'll play IP, Little Knight, Dark, and Hida. Oh yeah, and Sunlight Wolf. Great, so awesome. IP is okay at the moment in this particular deck. Sunlight Wolf is doing great. Most time you can make 3 monster on your first turn. You're gonna make Sunlight Wolf and recycle things. So it's doing great. This because in the meta there's a lot of opponent play a lot of decks that's dark attribute. So this you can consistently make this. Little Knight, of course, it's Little Knight. Summon, banish something, trigger, keep banishing things, and keep your stuff or banish them. IP is okay, just because it only works if you open a lot of pluses, and then you don't know what your opponent is playing, so you probably summon that and then trigger. But most of the time you play it on your turn and not really opponent turn. For Hida, it's only good against mirror match and rescue ace, or if they ask you. That's it. Currently not a whole lot of people playing fire decks in my local, so this is underperforming, but I understand like it's a diverse format. This can become more popular when Sims will become more popular, Fire Kings and most of the fire decks, volcanic and stuff. And then yeah, so now it's the Link 3, Hitso, and yeah, Hitso, Selene 40k. Hitso you can make with Sunlight Wolf and Linkuriboh. I make it every single game, well, as much as I can. If I know that I can't push for OTK, then I just swing for some damage to make sure the damage come in. Then make Sunlight Wolf, Linkuriboh, search, recycle stuff from the graveyard, right? Especially Korean, you always recycle Korean to hand. Yeah, and then just summon Hitso, because worst case Hitso die, you trigger Garunix, draw 2, draw 1 every turn, 1 turn on your opponent, 1 on your turn, so consistently draw into hand drop all the time. If you make it going first. Yep. Selene LTK did it twice in the whole tournament, which is okay. Execo Talker. Play this, didn't summon it. Usually Prosperity. Yeah, but this is for you to out tower. You can't push for damage, then this will push through. That's the only thing, right? Your decks destroy things, but there's a lot of boss monster that can be destroyed or can be targeted. So if it can be destroyed and can be targeted, then hell, Aeromax can just swing over it. Worst case scenario, if this thing dies, shuffle that your your opponent back. Same for Sky Crisis, Typhon, Zeus, one time. But yeah, so boss monster, and then you have Zeus. Then you have Ding and the Viking Exceed. I make these things once in the entire tournament and did not even trigger the effects. Just because if you going here, if you have to resort to this, then basically you're behind, and they have way too many monsters, then you're gonna pop it. Yeah. But usually I either leave the monster and go to battle, or go to battle, go your this and battle, and then spell targeted, pop something, summon 2, and swing more. Yeah. And then yeah, Ding didn't get to summon it. On theory, it's great. Probably gonna update the deck a little bit further by having more impactful rank 8. When it's your turn, probably can also change this and the animal. And yeah, that's it for the extra. And then for the side deck, the ratio is a little bit weird, but this is based on my local, right? 2 anti-spell. Doesn't need 3. 3 probably too much. You see it, you don't see it, that's fine. And then 1 cosmic for annoying back row. And then for grave removal, you have Carpeted Grave, Triple DD Crow, and True Swarm. For this, Carpeted Grave, it's not really used to negate hand traps, more on like removing annoying recursion in the grave, like tears and things like that, right? And also for like the mirror match, other fire decks, Leader Crow, same thing. Twist Worm, yeah, for dark. Leader Crow more for like generic removal of any decks that you don't like. Triple Nip, and then 1 thrust, and then target for hero for Pearly, Evenly, and Duster. Yeah. Yeah, that's it for the side deck. Yeah, the Nip, Crow, Bestial, Comic, and Anti-Spell have the most impact, because if you go first, if you lose game 1, you go first, you have Anti-Spell and have a couple hand trap in hand. Going second, your main deck is already strong enough, unless you normally know that your main deck can out some things in your local, then this would be great. You have to clear out the board. And yeah, that's it for my deck profile. Yeah, with this I got first place at local, so gonna slowly work on this, update this list a little bit for more consistency. And I'll see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.